Oscar, congratulations on season two of Marie Antoinette.
Thank you. Thank you
Um,
very
so
much.
tell us a little bit about what your character Chartres is facing in the second season.
So at the end of season one, Chartres was banished from Versailles because he's being accused of having fled the battle against the English. Um, so he's now relocated to the Palais Royal, where he's basically just sulking and being bitter about Marie Antoinette because he's still like madly in love with her. He's got a new mistress called Felicite who kind of, I guess, manipulates him into into seeking for power, basically. And I think the whole of season two is him trying to have the shoulders for that, but struggling with his remaining, like the love he still feels for Marie Antoinette, basically. And I think as much as he wants to be king and be in a position of power, I think his emotions um, will always take control of him and prevent him from, you know, succeeding in his goals.
When you approach a project like this, that's obviously very steeped in history, do you spend a lot of time researching the period, the character? How do you approach something like this?
Yeah, there's a bit of research in the like historical research involved, but I find that as an actor, it's usually not the most useful thing for me. So it's more about, honestly, it's more about just reading the scenes over and over again and, getting to understand the character's motivations and how he behaves, how he feels, what he's thinking the whole time. His relationships, sorry, to the other characters. That's usually what helps me as an actor the most.
After doing that study, what did you find was the thing that really motivated him?
Marie Antoinette, honestly, I think he's like so obsessed that it kind of blinds him, or it's always going to be the thing that makes him trip, even though he's like so close to achieving his goals. And I think he's a bit of a coward as well. Always has. And but again, you don't want to judge the character because as an actor, that's a nightmare. So it's more about understanding. Like I think he's just really bitter, and that makes him behave the way he does, in such a selfish and horrible manner. But I think it's all related to his relationship with Marie Antoinette.
In filming this season, did you have a particular scene for you that was the most challenging to do, the most interesting?
Yeah, I think there's a scene in episode three where she wants to buy a house and she then realizes that I'm the owner and I try to set set up a marriage up between our two kids and she's like, "Are you fucking crazy?" And that was, I guess, the longest scene and that was the first one I shot. So I think that was kind of a challenge for me to come back after 2 years and be like, okay, first scene of the day is like the one with 8 pages of dialogue. So that was for sure quite a challenge. I'm trying to think of another one, but honestly, it's so much fun. Um, that was probably the only one where I was a bit insecure or stressed, really.
It seems like quite a fun show to film with all these amazing historical locations. Looking back on this experience, is there a moment maybe behind the scenes that you'll recall from this experience?
I mean, honestly, there's just the moment where we're at the Palais Royal and I've got 100 extras hoisting me up on a chair and screaming my name. Obviously, there was some part of my ego that really enjoyed that. Um, it was just so absurd and bizarre because also it's all French extras because the show is being shot in France. So, I'm trying to like be all British and shit, and then you just hear these French people talking about the French history and pretending to be English, even though they're French in the story. Yeah, it gets a bit confusing sometimes. But yeah, that was quite a special day in such an amazing setting, and yeah.
Obviously, historically, it's an episode in history that people just resonates over the ages. What is it do you think about Marie's story that you think has captured the public's imagination so intensely?
Depends. I feel like for foreigners, I mean, like non-French people, which I will then call foreigners because I'm French. Anyway, so I think for them, I think there is a sexiness to the character and like a decadence that draws people to them. But for the French, I mean, I was raised with quite a Republican, not in the American sense, but more of like the French government became a republic. And to this day, the French really, they always talk about the République, the Republic, and, how the French Revolution changed it all. So we don't hold a very special place in our heart for royalty. And I do feel we also have quite a conflicted relationship with Marie Antoinette. I'm not saying French people hate her. I'm just saying she was the last queen of France, and there's the famous "Let them eat cake" line, which isn't even real. She never actually said that. But so yeah, sorry, I forgot the question. But basically, what I'm saying is that for French people, even though Louis the XVI and Marie Antoinette weren't like horrible people, um, they were the ones that, got their heads chopped off. And to this day, I think it's quite, the French people have a very special relationship with power. I mean, with the government. Literally, I don't think there's been a president in the last 300 years that we've all rooted for. I think we've like all hated each of them, maybe except for De Gaulle for like 2 brief years after the war. But other than that, yeah, it's been not a great relationship.
Well, Oscar, congratulations on season two of Marie Antoinette.
Thank
I hope
you.
everyone gets a chance to see it on PBS.
Thanks for watching the You Interview channel. With over 3,000 original celebrity videos, we have one of the largest collections of celebrity interviews anywhere. So remember to like and comment on our videos and subscribe to the channel. If you want to get more involved, you can become a member of the channel. Membership has its perks. You can see exclusive celebrity videos and get the opportunity to ask our celebrity guests questions. We can't wait to hear from you.